I'm gonna be so honest with you all right now. If you want to make a ton of money, millions of dollars running Facebook ads, just look at Loop and Better Me and Headway and apps like that. They know exactly what to do, testing hundreds and even thousands of ads per month. After managing over $100 million in profitable Facebook ad spend, testing tens of thousands of ads myself, and nine figures of enterprise value for mobile apps, in this video, I want to show you the invisible traits of very, very successful creative teams so that you can go on and copy them yourself and go on to make a million, 10 million, $100 million per month running Facebook ads for your app. And whether you're an app founder or an e-com founder or even a marketer that's running Facebook ads for the very first time, this video is for you. Earlier, I mentioned that Better Me and Loop and Headway and these apps are companies that you can just copy. And you might be wondering why they're so successful. They have a team of 99 marketers, or they have pixel perfect designs, or they have insane branding. But I'm here to tell you that this is not the case. The first thing that you absolutely need to know is a mindset that many overlook. I can tell you that the foundation of success isn't level 99 design skills, it's culture. And what does that culture prioritize? Uh, it's a culture that understands one fundamental truth, and your customers don't really care about your brand colors or your fonts as much as you think. And yes, they care about themselves more than your mission to save all the baby seals or your mission to save all the dolphins. And they care about themselves. And I think that putting too many guardrails up will kill creativity, because to be creative is how you find great ideas and discover what really, really resonates with your audience. So you need to create an environment where wild ideas are encouraged, because average content is going to be ignored, because AI, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever language model that you use is great for coming up with average content. And what really, really sets brands apart is going to be wild ideas. And I believe that humans are still going to be the best coming up with wild, innovative ideas. And having a gatekeeper to say this performance creative is good to run and this performance creative needs change is, I think it's not very helpful, because when that happens, it's coming from a subjective point of view of one person. But as performance marketers, and I don't need to talk to performance marketers about this who've had years of experience, but if you're brand new, we want to let the data decide on whether an ad works or not. And it happens all too often where, even I've been making ads for so long and I've looked at so many ads, it doesn't matter what I think is going to work. There's been so many times where I thought this ad was going to crush it. Nope, no spend. Or I've thought that this ad really, really is not going to work, and it goes on to scale to $10,000 a day in spend. So this is why it's important not to have gatekeepers on performance creative. You might have it for brand or whatever, but for performance creative, this is not what you want. And now that you're embracing a testing first culture, where should you actually begin your experimentation? And this is simpler than many, many people make it. The second crucial step is to start small and to nail your core message first. And I think people get too caught up in what their ad looks like. Again, back to the brand creative example, straw man example, I'll admit. But if you nail your message first, then it gets a lot easier to scale. And you want to avoid being too clever. You want to be clear and concise in your message, because if you're too clever and people get confused, they're just going to keep scrolling in their feed. And don't get caught up in what the ad looks like too much. I would say the message impacts about 2/3 to 3/4 of your ad performance. So focus on crafting very compelling copy and really identify what grabs attention and what resonates with your audience. And next, get good at statics and master statics, or just get good at statics before moving on to video, because it's very cheap, it's very fast, it's very easy to create and test static ads. You can write a post-it note ad, or you can type something up in Apple Notes and take a screenshot of that, turn that into an ad. Or you can print a piece of paper out, uh, paste it onto someone's back, take a picture of it. So these are some examples of static ads that you can run before even moving on to video. But once you get good at statics, it'll depend on where you want to go. But this is the next phase, is video ads. But the reason why I recommend you get good at statics first is because video ads are very complex. You have lo-fi video, you have hi-fi video. Hi-fi meaning you have a studio shoot. You're gonna have to start running. You're gonna have to start writing creative briefs. You need a video editor. You start to play with a lot more dimensions with video ads: the duration, the pacing, the script, the problem statement, solution statement, hook, audio hook. So this is why I recommend getting good at statics first and really nailing your message, because that just makes the rest of your life easier. And once you start seeing what's working, what's the biggest mistake you can make? It's ignoring these signals. So the signals that you should be looking at and iterating on is, firstly, you just want to double down on what's working. And what's working are ads that have, obviously low CPA, or even CPA that's around, let's say, 25% of your CPA goal. I like to think about all the ads in a simple red, green, yellow bucket. So red ads are ads that have way too high of a CPA. They're not going to get anywhere close to your CPA goal, even if you iterate on them. Yellow ads are ads that are close to your CPA goal. I'd say around 25% is a good starting point, because I found that any new concept, it's great that you test a new concept and you get a winning ad right away, but I found that it could take up to 3 rounds of iteration on a concept before you get a winning ad out of it. And then the green ads are ads that are scaling in your evergreen campaigns, or even ads that have passed your creative testing campaign. There are some winning elements to these ads. Definitely want to keep iterating on these, and I recommend at least half of your ads should be focused on iterations. Some examples of iterations are, you can just remix your video blocks. So if you think about video ads in the timeline, you always start with the hook, then you move on to the body where the main content is, and then you end with the call to action. So if you find a winning hook with a high hook rate, let's say above 30%, but it's not working, you can test that same hook with new body videos. Or if you have a body video with a high hold rate, doesn't convert for some reason, you can test different hooks on it just to see what happens, because it might hook a new audience segment that really resonates with this body section. So lastly, if you have a winning script, try that script with a new creator or new creators, because I was just talking with Vicky, the head of UA at a B2B SaaS. They're in Series B, testing so many ad concepts per month and spending millions a month on Facebook ads. They found a winning ad. It's a skit, and they kept trying to iterate on it with the same creator. They tried different visual hooks, different text hooks, and all that, but they were never able to get that. They were never able to iterate on this ad concept with the same creator and get an ad variation that scaled more or just as much as the original concept. What they did then was they took the same script and had different creators work on it. And what happened was that very, very consistently and reliably, they were able to turn these new ads from these new creators into winning ads, and that were able to actually scale just as much and more than the original winning ad concept. So if you have a winning script and you just can't get it to work, then I would recommend trying a new creator on it. So you're on board with the nobody cares, just test philosophy, which is absolutely great for just getting started. But what happens when you start getting a lot of data? I couldn't cover it in this video because it would be way too much, but it's just as important. My next video reveals how you can analyze your Facebook creative testing data, and I'll show you the key metrics to focus on and when to confidently scale your winners. So click the video on the screen now. It's going to be somewhere here. And then you can get your creative testing dashboard up and running all for free using Facebook's ad reporting dashboard. So you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars per month just to look at the same data. So I'll see you in the next video.